I found this little wooden box, I believe at Hobby Lobby. It was already painted white. It's wooden, and I love the little lid. And we're going to be working with Glorious Tree. This is a Redesign by Prima mold. You can apply this to many surfaces, and it is food grade and can reach 500 degrees if you want to use it for baking. And I'm going to start by adding a little cornstarch with a paintbrush all through my mold, the portion that I'm going to want to use, and I'm going to tap it out just like you would flour. The medium I'm going to be using is paper clay. We find this at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, or you can get it right on Amazon. And I'm going to start by taking a little piece out. And you always want to keep your paper clay covered in a Ziploc baggie. It does dry out quickly. And then I'm going to start by flattening out. I always take more than I need. Now there are other mediums that you can use that we'll go over another day, but I just wanted to focus on the paper clay. So I start by spreading it out, and me personally, I start taking my thumb and pinching all the way around the edge of my image to secure this area. This is usually where you have some scrolls or some detail that you don't want to break off. You want to make sure you have enough clay so it's not too thin. And I kind of start working from the middle out, and this just protects that edge. And then once I get to this point, I start flattening out the center. You want it as flat as possible because I'm going to be putting it on a flat surface. But again, you don't want to make your clay too thin or it will break. And I'm using a spackle knife. And guys, don't take this seriously. If it breaks a little bit, it's so easy to piece, or, let it lie. These come out very, they kind of have that antique look. So a little distressing is not going to, you're not going to notice it. They come out so pretty. So I'm going to take my mold and I'm going to be applying it to this box. And I'm going to use some Elmer's wood glue. I just put it right on the box because it's going to have to go there anyway. Because I really like to use my finger or a brush because I really want to get plenty of the glue all around the edge so that it adheres to my box. As the clay dries, it's going to shrink and it's going to want to curl. And this just keeps that from happening. And then I make sure that I just apply it on all parts of the surface. And then I'm going to lay it down on my box. And I'm going to take my finger and run it all the way around the edges and make sure that the mold is making contact with my surface. And I'm going to set this aside to dry. Once dry, I'm going to show you an issue. This happens a lot. I got a crack, but we can fix that. Either you're going to use wood putty, or here I'm using joint compound, and it just wipes on and goes right into that crack, and you're not even going to know it was there. Sometimes I'll take my joint compound and run down the edges if it lifted at all and fill that. Now I waited till my joint compound was dry, and I'm going to paint my mold. You can paint it whatever color you want. I'm going to choose the white as my box is already white. I'm using Snow Owl by Wise Owl. And the mold and the paint can be found at chalkitupfancy.com. Now, just so that all my whites blend, I'm going to take a dry brush and just go around the whole box with the Snow Owl just to pull everything together. I'm going to be using Redesign by Prima Gilding Wax in the silver metallic. You can use a brush. I just like to apply it to my finger. And again, my paint is now dry. And you're just going to take your finger and just drag it along all the details of your mold. You can dry brush with paint. And this is what I'm doing here. I love the gilding wax with my molds. It just brings out all the little detail, and it's so easy to work with. So I'm just taking some of the metallic gilding wax and running it down the corners of my box, again, just to pull everything together. I'm going to go to my little wooden lid. Now I'm going to apply the gilding wax just to this little wood bead that's at the top of my lid, again, so that it just kind of blends with what I'm doing here. Now, wax should be your last application. It does not require a top coat as it is a wax, and within a day it should dry and you can use it without it being removed. Now I'm using some of the Cleopatra Gold on the star gilding wax. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. For other tutorials, go check us out on YouTube. You can now watch all our videos at chalkitupfancy.com for any paint products, tissue paper transfer, or mesh stencils. Or you can get the gilding wax and our molds at chalkitupfancy.com. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.